It's easy to get off track and to get off focus when you look into the life of someone else and you covet what they have. See, this is why we got to stay focused on what God is doing in our life. It's okay to congratulate what God is doing in someone else's life. It's okay to look at someone else's life for inspiration and encouragement. But when you look into someone else's life and you covet what they have, or you long for what they have, or you become envious of what they have, you become ungrateful for what God is doing in your life. God never meant for us to be jealous and envious of someone else's life. Stay focused on what God is doing in your life, rather than looking into the next man's life and wishing that you had his life. Because the truth be told, you don't know what that person had to go through in order to get to what they have. You don't know what that person has to go through in order to maintain what they have. See, you look at, they have a bigger house, they have a bigger car, they have a bigger this or bigger that, but they also have bigger bills. So be thankful for what you got and be thankful for where you are in your journey. If you keep pushing, if you keep praying, and if you keep the faith, eventually you will be where you will want to be in life. Don't become discouraged because you haven't made it there yet. See, this is what happens when you measure your life by someone else's life. God never meant for us to do that. What someone else got going on in their life has nothing to do with your life. You can't measure yourself by someone else's success. See, when you do that, you will always feel like you are falling short. When you measure yourself by someone else's success or blueprint for life, you will always feel like you will fall short. See, when you move at God's pace, you don't have to worry about losing your position. You don't have to worry about losing ground because you are moving at the pace that He wants you to move at. But when you get off focus and you're steady looking over into someone else's lane, you will eventually get out of your lane and become disqualified, just like in a race. So I encourage you, my brothers and sisters, to be grateful for your life, to be grateful for wherever you are in your life right now, because this you got to know that where you are is not where you're going to stay. And when you know that God has a plan and a purpose for your life, you ain't got to be tripping off what God is doing in someone else's life. You won't become jealous or envious with what God is doing in the next person's life. You can look at the next person's life and gain encouragement or inspiration and know that one day you will be there. But when you look at it from the standpoint of you're trying to measure yourself by where they are versus where you are, that's when you will get off track and off focus. And God never meant for us to do that. I'm Minister Slugger, and this is The Word on the Street.